So what do I mean by program plan? Here I'm pretty much using the words program and event interchangeably. So the program might be a youth flag football tournament or a 10K race or a charity bike ride or maybe an alumni golf tournament. The main point is that all of these things require a planning process. So hence, we're going to look at a basic program plan for a sports event. And of course, every program plan is going to be specific to the event. But what I want to point out in this figure is that there are some general areas of planning that do apply mostly across the board for any type of sport event. And this is a very useful list for planning a sport activity. So let's look further here in this operation details section. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list very briefly here and illustrate how a lot of these things in the operation details list apply across the board in a sport event or program. So first here in the venue, every sport event has a venue. Even the virtual ones have to be hosted on some kind of online platform and have some kind of online place. And sometimes you own the venue. For example, the Little Rock Trojans hosting a tournament in their own facility. Or sometimes you have to rent a venue. For example, when the Euler Alumni Golf Tournament reserves space at a golf course. And sometimes you have to request permission from the police or the city. For example, like that 10K race we were talking about. Another one I want to point out is this inclusion plan. So, an inclusion plan refers to who you're able to accommodate and your ability to accommodate various needs for someone who needs a special consideration. For example, what if one of your 10K runners asked for extra time to complete the course beyond what you paid for the traffic and police control to stay there? Are you able to maybe let them start early as a solution to that? So you have to make those decisions, and that doesn't mean that you have to be able to include every single issue under the sun that might come up, but it does mean that you should be prepared to get a little creative and make some accommodations to include various participant needs. So as we kind of go down the list here, you can see that these things are categorized into various event aspects, like equipment, promotion and advertising, a budget, registration, and they all present very different and distinct areas of an event that need to be thought through. So there's really no reading that accompanies this list. I took it out of a textbook, but I didn't want to include the whole chapter because it was kind of boring. But this list is a useful kind of general event plan that illustrates the breadth of different things that you have to think about and have a plan for. And you can really stack this list up to just about any sport event that you've either worked or attended and be able to see most of how these processes worked.